Hey everybody, SoCal Forest Ninjas. Hope everyone had a fun, safe 4th of July, and we'll give it a go next year. Um, just wanted to do this video, kind of touch on a few things. Um, One of those things being that peacock. Um, that peacock is probably somebody's pet, and I'm pretty sure that it came from those houses down in the canyon. Um, 20 years ago when I was riding my bike up there, none of those houses were there. There was actually a mountain bike trail, and it's actually where I've seen one of the mountain lions that I've seen in my life. Um, I'm assuming that somebody down there probably has peacocks for pets, and one managed to escape its pen or flutter over a fence or something, and is sitting up on that hillside just kind of cruising around. Um, Hopefully, it'll go back home, find its way home, and the owners will see it on the other side of the gate fence or whatever and go get it. But it was definitely tamed. It definitely had no problem me being there. It obviously associates people with food. I think it was expecting me to toss food out there for it. Unfortunately, not something I expected to find out there. I think I'd run into a freaking coyote, a deer, or mountain lion before that. Or yeah, it was just odd, but I'm pretty sure it's someone's pet. And I don't know how long it's been up there. Don't know how long it was actually in that spot. And what's kind of funny is if you go to the video before uh, Peacock and voice recorder mishap, the one before that, um, there's a section in the beginning where I actually paused it because people were coming by and I've explained that stuff. One of the people, there was actually two people. One lady was on a mountain bike. She says, "I'll be careful. There's snakes out here." And I said, "Okay, thank you." And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, "Lady, if you knew what I had on underneath these pants, you wouldn't be saying that because I never go out without my snake eaters now. They're always on, and I wear them underneath my pants so that people don't freak out or ask questions or anything like that. Well, what do you need snake gators for if you're just walking on the trail? Well, I don't, I'm not just on the trail, I go in the bushes. So, um, the second person actually was walking by, and I had was just kind of standing there, just looking around and stuff like that. And she walked by and she said, "Are you bird watching?" "Excuse me? Are you bird watching?" And my response was, "Yeah, sure." So I just kind of went along with what she was thinking, and little did I know that I would be bird watching in about 1 minute from that time. That was kind of funny. So that peacock is probably someone's pet. It's a female peacock or a peahen, whatever you want to call it. I think they're both the same. Just depends on where you're from. And hopefully it didn't get any of the apples or the bananas. Um, I don't think it did. I think it was is relatively new to that spot, like that day, that morning. And if that bird had gotten the banana I'd left there before, there would have been a peel. I would have seen it. If it had gotten the apples, I probably would have found cores. And I'm not finding any of that. Nothing anywhere. Um, so that's that. Somebody's pet. I'm pretty sure it came from the houses below, about 350 yards down the hill. Um, so immediately I spotted that bird before I even got completely into it. That was I just immediately spotted it. So I was so distracted by finding a freaking peacock, um, and wanting to get the voice recorder because I'm super excited to listen to what happens there at night. I completely forgot about the rocks I put by the apple. Um, I have a jar of these, and sometimes I'll leave them out. I got, orange, blue marble, and the pink, and I have a jar of them. And I happen to have these four on me, and I'm all, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it again. Last time I put out the peanut butter and the grapes and the apples and the oranges, it was too much, and they probably felt it was a trap. Um, I removed all that. I cleaned everything up and just started putting out apples. And in that first spot, I still continued to just put out apples. Although I did leave two marbles. And last week, one of the marbles was missing. My rock pile was knocked over, and one of the marbles was down back behind that big rock I had set the rock pile up on. This week, that last remaining blue marble was gone, and I didn't find it. It was not in the leaf litter behind it, in front of it, and the side. It wasn't there. It was gone. So blue marble was gone this week. Um, the atmosphere in that first spot just feels a lot thicker, feels a lot heavier, almost uncomfortable. But I will continue to keep going out there and leaving them apples and stuff like that. The second spot, however, has a wonderful atmosphere. Um, Almost welcoming and inviting. It's beautiful in there. It's nice and cool. A little bit of sun. And that's where I've been leaving the other apples and the banana. Um, Bananas, I've been told, can hurt the native wildlife. I'm aware of that. And I can almost guarantee you that it ain't the wildlife. It ain't the native wildlife that's getting the bananas or the apples. Um, I've showed in past videos before the two apples I sit up in the tree, 7.5 feet off the ground. It's on the tree. I set it on is like this, and you have a few branches that come out and go up, and that's where I'm setting it. So it's on the underside of a good 15-inch thick uh, tree. So, but then again, when it comes to food, critters will find a way to get it, regardless of their safety. So, but at the same time, if a critter had gotten it, I probably would have found a core or something, some type of remnants, and I'm not. So, um, but in the process of that bird, the peacock, and getting my voice recorder, I completely forgot about the rocks. Completely forgot about them. I forgot I even put them out there. They didn't even register in my brain that they were gone. Um, they're gone. Right where I put that apple, you know, when I usually set the apple and the banana right there. Um, Unfortunately, I moved those this time because of the peacock. I did put the banana way up high in a tree, and I moved the apple into a different part of that same tree where the other two were. But it didn't even occur to me that the frickin' rocks were gone. Not until I got back to my truck and sat down, it just went click, and I'm like, how do I forget that? How do I forget that? I don't know. But anyway, they were gone. It is possible that something may have knocked them off, and I will check next time I go out. I'll dig around in the leaf litter and Maybe I'll try setting out something else. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me pause you. Oh yeah, back with you. So let me read this off to you. If you go to my past video called "Losing My Marbles and Going Bananas," at 21:16, you can see the apple sitting there with the rocks. That was the setup for that week. So if you go to this week's video, Peacock and Voice Recorder Mishap, at 12:57, you can see where I put the apple and the banana. The rocks aren't there. Now, those rocks weren't going in there anywhere. They were in the bark of the tree. They were in there good. So it wouldn't have been an easy feat to, I don't know, for the wind to blow them off or something like that. So I will check in the leaf litter next week and let you know if I find any. So, but next week, this is what I'm going to try. We have this clear bucket. It's a licorice bucket. There's no licorice in it. It's fairly easy to get into if you have hands and fingers. So, it's clear. I'm going to put the apples and the banana in this and set this out there in that second spot that I've just started gifting at. And we'll see what happens. I guess two ways it can go. This entire thing disappears with everything in it, or it is left behind with the top off, empty. So, there you go. That's what I'm going to do next week. I'm going to haul this thing out there and I'm going to fill it with the goodies and we're going to leave it out there, see what happens. And next week I'll be picking up the voice recorder again. Made sure not to push on any of the buttons or anything like that. So I know what I did. It was my fault. Absolutely my fault. I know exactly what I did. I made that case out of eighth inch thick foam board and some camouflage duct tape. It's a little flexible, and that particular recorder records in stereo. It has left, center, and right microphones, and I always try and orient it the proper way. So if you're standing at that tree with your back to it, to the left would be the entrance I come in, and to the right would go down and around some bushes, a different way. And it's definitely, I feel that it is another entrance for something to get in there. It goes deeper into the bushes. So I was trying to orient it properly so that when I listen to it, I know the way it's oriented in the tree. And if I hear something on the left that moves to the right, I know it came in from the area I come in at. Or if it moves from the right to the left, I know it came from deeper in the bushes into that, entrance. So that case is flexible. When I wedged it in the tree, I have a picture of myself doing this too. I pushed on it and I hit the stop button. So when it doesn't record anything for any particular amount of time, it will shut itself off to conserve batteries, which is why it was off. The switch was on, but it had shut itself off digitally to conserve batteries. That's what happened. My fault. This time when I pick it up, I'm probably going to have a night full of bangs and booms and all kinds of stuff from 4th of July. Hopefully I'll be able to pick up something in the background from all of that. And, but it's still out there. It's still recording. So tonight's a new night. It'll record for 68 hours. And, we should be good to go for a couple more nights. I'd love to hear what happens at night out there, because that's their time. So um, there you go. The peacock is someone's pet. 99% positive, and the voice recorder was my fault. So there you go. I hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all next week. Happy hunting.